Good, it's midnight. Time I got this tired old body off to bed. Funny, you know, there's been some old codger moaning all week on me wireless about this new television station called Prime. It's going to try and pinch some of me sleep tonight. I suppose they're just about be ready to pop a few champers corks right now. Well, here's one little bantam that won't be watching all-night television. I mean, who wants it? Take my advice and get off to Blanket Street and have a good night's snooze. All-night television. I mean, what's this world coming to? Oh, really?
It's with great pride and pleasure that I welcome you to Prime Television, your new and local television station. Today sees the culmination of the federal government's scheme to provide all viewers throughout Australia with television services equal to those of their metropolitan counterparts. From today, you will now have a choice of television programming. World history has also been made today with the commencement of aggregation. Nowhere else in the world has such an ambitious scheme been undertaken. We consider aggregation to be the most significant development in the industry since television first began. At Prime Television, we have made a total commitment to fully embrace the objectives of aggregation by bringing you the very best programming the world has to offer, at exactly the same time that viewers in the city will see it. And perhaps more importantly, we have implemented a very strong policy on localism. Prime will be your local station. Both on air and throughout the community, we will play our part in this area's continued development. Throughout the coming weeks, we will announce a series of initiatives that will demonstrate just how significant a part we will play as citizens in this region. Prime Television has formed a partnership with the 7 network metropolitan stations, and together will be known as the Australian Television Network. Ours is a strong and mutually beneficial partnership, and we'll work together to ensure that you are presented with only the very best in local, national and international programs. A major portion of our program schedule will be uniquely Australian, with top shows like A Country Practice, Home and Away, Rafferty's Rules and Beyond 2000. We have committed the network to provide only the best in sporting coverage, including VFL, basketball, motor racing, tennis, and in 1992, the exclusive Australian coverage of the Olympic Games from Barcelona. Locally, we'll produce a nightly 30-minute news service. Additionally, we'll produce a local current affairs program, children's programs, and a weekly rural current affairs show called Cross Country. We have assembled a team of energetic, enthusiastic professional employees, each committed to ensuring that Prime will be your local station. And to further emphasise our commitment in localism, we've invested $17 million in this region, building new studios, transmitting equipment, and we've created many new jobs. Prime Television has finally arrived, and we're very proud to be a part of your community.
It's a very special feeling to be part of a history-making event. The beauty of this particular event is that by its very nature, thousands of people can share in it. The combination of Christopher Scase's and my own Prime Television group brings with it significant advantages. By combining our resources, we are able to ensure that you enjoy the programs of the highest calibre. I would also like to totally endorse Alan's comments on our commitment to localism. It is our intention to provide a television service that is truly relevant to the area it serves. I'm extremely confident that Prime Television will deliver on its promise to become your local television station, providing only the best in programs and community service.
Only the best in movies and miniseries and news shows and specials. Great TV. That's Prime Television's new programs for 1989.
It's a calendar. Each month has the picture of a man who's brought some special joy into my life.
Whoa!
September.
Yep.
I'm surprised you were able to walk in October.
We can go together.
Yes, together.
I'm a funny alien. Ha! Ha! teaser.
You're late! Where have you been for, in India?
Salon?
China?
You've been successfully married 3 times, darling.
I always felt different, really.
I can't tell you how hungry I am.
I love a man with a healthy appetite.
It's a frog.
You want to know how to make him go 100 miles an hour?
How?
Stick him in a blender.
Stop. Thank you.
Isn't it? Oh,
$3.50, not enough.
Who is it? Shut up. Oh, thank God you're here. Did she do it?
What do you think?
Joe, wake up.
He and Joe are
Are they?
not sure.
You're refusing to accompany me.
Let him face the public in the court.
And the press?
I just object to the fact that when I close my court, it leaks like a sieve.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, right around Australia, here we are, beautiful Hawaii.
No, it's Manly Beach.
I will glide down the aisle and smile up at you wearing this. What do you think of it?
Can you not get a thicker one?
Only the best new series, led by 4 of the strongest performers of the US new season and a great new Australian show. The Murder, The Unfaithful Wife,
All I want, Sonny.
The Black Cop in a Town Run by Whites,
Open your eyes, Gillespie.
The Redneck Sheriff,
Virgil, I'm telling you to leave the man alone.
The Prejudice,
I will not stand here and discuss my private social life with a stranger.
The Lies.
That black detective is closing in on you.
Virgil Tibbs, the character made famous by Sidney Poitier, returns in Heat of the Night. Now, Wogg's Out of Work, one of the most successful Australian stage shows for many years, becomes a new network comedy.
People call me a wog.
Can 2 young ethnic entrepreneurs turn an old Greek cafe into a trendy restaurant?
There must be 15 people waiting out there.
It's the bus stop, Jim.
The food's authentic Greek.
What's wrong with the chocolate crackers?
The waiter's a cross between Zorba
It's an old Greek delicacy.
and Faulty Towers.
We call it Chocolata Cracaria.
The Wog Bar.
Baby love, my baby love, I need you, oh, I need you, but all you do is treat me bad.
After the sensational box office success of 3 Men and a Baby comes the TV version. But Full House has even more for the money. 3 men and 3 babies.
Look at that. Yes. Okay, now that'll be $84.
A gunfighter, a dangerous man with a violent past.
Friends of yours, Mr. Cord.
A businesswoman. She hates the West, but she's here to make a fortune.
Not the children I don't want. It's you, Mr. Cord. People get killed in your profession.
4 city orphans, lost souls transported to a wilderness.
Think he'll like us? He's our family.
Well, you were right, Mrs. Lawson. Children have got no business growing up with a man like me.
Sigrid Thornton's first big international TV series, Paradise.
Are you still in touch with your wife?
Only by check.
John caught his old lady in the cot with his best friend.
Friends started sniggering as I entered the room. I spent half my life checking on my flies.
So now he's divorced, he's joined an encounter group.
How long were you together before the breakup?
5 hours. 5 hours? She left me during the wedding reception.
It's confession time on Dear John. Based on the smash hit movie, Dirty Dancing is an exciting fusion of drama and dance set in the 60s and following the love adventures of Johnny Castle, the dance instructor who's done it all, and Baby Kellerman, the innocent daughter of his boss.
I could make some very interesting contacts on this trip.
Yeah, you could, you're right. Yeah, not many. I mean, this lot are just crying out for fire-damaged radio alarms from Taiwan, aren't they?
George and Arthur are back in the smash hit series Minder. All the original shows screening for the first time on commercial TV in '89. 7 months ago, J.C. Wyatt was happily climbing the corporate ladder when, courtesy of a distant relative, she inherited a small fortune.
So who's going to sign for this?
Very small.
What?
And suddenly, this career woman has a whole new agenda.
Would you like to hold something of mine while I'm gone? Will that make you feel better?
From nannies to negotiations, from deadlines to diapers.
Gotta go.
Kate Jackson and the same creative team who brought you the movie
Can I borrow those earrings?
Yeah.
Thank you.
now brings you the series.
Only the best in 89 with major overseas and Australian miniseries on Prime Television.
There's a British spy at the top of the KGB.
I've discovered a traitor at the highest level of responsibility.
They know he's there. They don't know who he is.
We'll have to kill him.
Codename Kirill, the Russian plot to unmask the man who could change the global balance of power.
This is a trap. You are the bait, and I am going to get you both.
Edward Woodward, codename Kirill. Her books have sold millions. Her miniseries, Woman of Substance, gained record ratings. Now, Barbara Taylor Bradford's spellbinding story, Voice of the Heart, becomes one of the year's hottest miniseries. An enthralling saga of two brilliant women and the men they loved and lost. Take 12 young men, teach them to fly in perfect formation, then send them to fight an enemy better armed and more experienced at killing than they are. Piece of Cake features some of the most exciting photography and special effects ever to reach the television screen, and stars Australia's Tom Burlinson.
At 6, she inherited over $40 million. At 18, she took Europe by storm. At 29, she married Cary Grant. At 50, she took her 7th husband. And at 66, she died nearly broke. Farrah Fawcett stars in the compelling story of heiress Barbara Hutton.
You put on that tiara and prance around here like a princess.
Where are you going, Dick?
Poor Little Rich Girl, the Barbara Hutton story.
They were Irishmen.
These men are martyrs!
Convicted of treason.
That's an order!
For refusing to slaughter their innocent countrymen. Transported to the desolate wastes of Western Australia.
There he is! I want him alive!
This is their true story, the remarkable saga by Thomas Keneally. One of the most daring and successful jailbreaks in the history of convict Australia.
Only the best in movies and miniseries and news shows and specials. Great TV. That's Prime Television's new programs for 1989.
Good morning. Efforts to clean up the largest oil spill in U.S. history are continuing in Prince William Sound off the coast of southern Alaska. Now cleanup crews from as far away as Houston, Texas are heading to the site. 240,000 barrels of oil is now coating the Sound, endangering much of the fish and wildlife industry. Though the Exxon tanker went aground last Friday, efforts to keep it from spreading have not been successful. It now covers 500 square miles. Administration officials who've investigated the spill firsthand are back in Washington. They'll report to President Bush this morning so that he can decide the best course of federal action today, Thursday, March the 30th, 1989.
From NBC News, this is Today with Bryant Gumbel and Jane Pauley.
And good morning. Welcome to Today on this Thursday morning. As we greet you, let me thank Stephen Frazier for taking care of most of this work week. We're going to be moving to John Palmer in just a little bit. He's going to bring us up to date on the oil spill from over at the news desk in just a moment. And we should note that later on this morning in our 8:30 half hour, we're going to be talking with William Stevens, the president of Exxon, who is coming under fire for what's seen as poor corporate and industry response to that spill. But before we get to that, straight ahead in this half hour, we're going to talk to former Federal Reserve Board Chairman Paul Volcker. The inflation fighter is now involved in trying to better our federal bureaucracy. We'll speak of what's called the quiet